So here I am finally recording my Percy Jackson and the Olympians review. I'm actually re-recording, trying to make this video shorter because it doesn't need to be 10 minutes long, but I kind of came to a point where I didn't want to make this video anymore, but at the end of my past couple of videos, I kept saying I need to make it, and I have also told myself in the past, it's like, dude, if I have no legitimate reason to cancel making a video, then I'm not going to do it. So here I am, even though a typical good YouTuber, if they don't want to put their heart into making something, they just won't. But fuck it, we're going against that anyways. So Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I have read the books, I've watched the movies, I love both of them, and now it's time for the TV show. So I was kind of sad in the past, I was like, damn, I actually like the movies. I know a lot of people don't, and that's okay, but I did, and so I was hoping to get another movie. We didn't. Instead, we're getting a TV show. It's like, okay, well, that was happy until I watched it. So I'm not saying this is a bad show, but right off the bat, I'll just say, if I had to rate it 5 out of 10, it's a pretty okay show. I mean, it doesn't have a lot going for it, and the stuff that they do, with Medusa, for example, we all read the book, we've seen the movies where we've seen different ways they kill her. Well, this time they spend more time talking to her, and I was actually interested in that. I'm like, all right, I want to see where this can go. But then they cut to the action, and air quotes action. So they sneak a baseball cap, Annabeth's baseball cap, on her head, so she turns invisible, so they can't turn to stone, and they decapitate her. Pretty smart. I just don't like the finished product of that. Her head comes off, but the baseball cap doesn't, so her head's still invisible. They know exactly where to grab for it and pick it up. Dude, whatever. So movie does stuff better than the show. But the show has really good special effects. It's shot very nicely. The actors and actresses, they did a good job. I think everyone did a good job. It's nothing like stellar performance, but it's a good performance nonetheless. But that leads me to my next disappointment, the casting. So Grover, he's whatever. Percy Jackson, he's also whatever. I just wish the show had a little older kids. Maybe, I'm not saying we need them as old looking as we had in the movies, although I wouldn't mind, but just something a little older than what we got. But Annabeth. So, as you know, she's black in this, and I don't believe in race swapping characters just for the sake of it. You can't convince me that they couldn't have found anybody else that could act just as good and that fit the actual description of Annabeth, who is a white girl with blonde hair and gray eyes. We have descriptions of these characters and what they look like, and yet you do something like this. Typical for Disney. I mean, look at all their other shit, like Little Mermaid and all that type of shit with race swapping. It's whatever, but I'm just not a fan of it. And this isn't racism or anything like that. This is valid criticism. We have a description of a character, and then they don't make the character fit that description. They do their own thing, and it is what it is. So, yeah, I wasn't a fan of the casting choice, but nonetheless, the actress, she did a fine job playing the role. Like I said, nothing stellar, but it was fine. So, yeah, we had some really good shots and stuff. We had some good, scenes here and there and whatnot, but the overall show is just kind of mediocre. It's just it's just kind of a standard show, especially for Disney Plus. I mean, a 7-year-old could watch this show. I wish it was aimed for maybe later teens or something. I don't know. Granted, anybody can watch the show. It's for anybody, but it's just the action's somewhat there. I don't need gore in the shows, but I've always had a problem with anything where someone sticks a sword through somebody and you don't see blood on the sword at all, not even a little bit. It's just annoying to me. When someone sticks a fucking whole ass weapon through somebody else and then pulls it out and there's just no blood at all. But to go even farther and cut somebody or strike somebody and there's no mark, not even a ripped t-shirt. It's dude, hell no. Get the fuck out of here. You're really not even trying at this point. So, yeah. Not a fan of that. But this show had some episodes that were just kind of boring as hell. There's one point where I actually fell asleep for a little bit. Granted, I had worked overnights at that point in time, so that might have also been the factor of that. But hey, if the show was more entertaining, I wouldn't have fallen asleep, alright? So, yeah. 5 out of 10 from me. If you've watched it or care to let me know your thoughts, go ahead and type in the comments. I'm always happy to read stuff like that. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.